throw all the names out and then
we'll do them one at a time.
Do them one at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Start with whoever.
Okay.
Give me a chance to drag and drop somebody. And...
Yeah, so I'll say, hey, look, I'm thinking 5 tiers, and then we can have some debate on a guy.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, cool.
So I think we're streaming now.
Okay.
With that on and no sound.
No sound.
I think. We'll see. Because I'm going to jump into intro now. We're already a little late. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Hopefully this won't be too loud in your ears. But there's only one way to find out.
Here we go!
It's the BARFF Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts Comish and Born to Run.
This shouldn't have a way to pick up something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not until we go on.
Okay, good. That looks good.
And here we go, BARFF Fantasy Football Podcast. Season, I don't know. I got to look.
That's a good question.
It could be season 8.
It?
It's very possible that we're in season 8. This is the first live stream of the season. I'm Brian the Commish down here in the BARFF podcast studio with the most well-traveled co-host in the business and the owner of Born to Run, Walt here. Walt, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm so excited that we're kicking off the season before
the
draft even, too, which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to draft time. It's my favorite time of the year. I say it every year, and I'm going to say it this year. Some people love Christmas. Some people are really weird about Halloween. I love draft season.
Nothing better than draft season. It's really, other than the beginning of playoffs, it's like the best.
I am loving it. So the chat will be on. We'll be checking that periodically. Owners, you can call in, try to use Comish's new phone unless we find out that doesn't work great. And then we're going to switch to the old phone. But any owners that want to weigh in, we'll see who will be the first. I don't know. Maybe there's a little Cauchy action on that or which owner will call in. I'm not sure what you get for odds with things like that. But, so what we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about fantasy football tiers based on position. Everyone's heading into drafts, or you just did your draft, and you're trying to differentiate from who these really desired players are, and then what do your mid tiers look like. And I will add that Soaring Eagles is working on a metric that looks really good of how to sort through those middle tiers. Sometimes it's easy to pick among the top 3 or 4 because
right.
you're not going to go wrong. But picking between 33, 34, and 35, 36, like who do you grab there? He's working on that. We're looking forward to seeing what he comes up with.
Yeah, a lot of championships are won in that area.
Absolutely.
I mean, your first couple picks to me they're not indicative of what your season is going to look like, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. You can, a lot of people have seen that you can have your first round pick go out very quickly, and that's demoralizing, but it's not necessarily fatal to your season.
That's right.
But if your mid round picks are all losers, you're
done.
You're taking on water.
Yep.
Taking on
exactly.
Water. All right. So what position do you want to start with as we start to look at people?
Yeah. So, we're pretty running back dominant league, I think, for the most part. Usually that's what we see a lot in the first rounds is the backs come off the list pretty quick. So, yeah, I was thinking we'd look at the running backs.
All right. So we got our running back tiers up on the screen. Let me know who is, and this is a hot debate. There's a few names that keep going round and around. Who is your first running back to be picked?
Yeah, and I think this conversation is probably already happening in BARFF. Is it Jahmyr Gibbs or is it Bijan Robinson?
Right.
I mean, no one's in the same conversation as those two. But, again, I looked at it, and I agree with that. I think those are probably the 2 safest and most solid picks at running back. But for me, there's a couple things, red flags I see for Bijan Robinson to make him my number 1 overall. One, I had a bad experience when I made him my number 1 overall. So
you were early to the market.
Exactly. So a little tainted there. But no, from what I've watched a couple of, and I haven't watched a ton of preseason ball, but unfortunately for Bijan, it's been the Falcons. I've watched them a few times. And Tua, I think Tua probably should, maybe retire. He does not look like a man who wants to be hit.
It is hard to watch
It's really
Tua
not good watching him. I also don't like guys that just sign big contracts. And Bijan just signed a very large contract.
Right there with you there.
So those couple of things against a guy who's on a top 5 offense, and Jahmyr Gibbs, who's involved in the pass catching aspect of the offense as well. So to me, overall, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a safer number 1. He's my first overall, but him and Bijan's next. They're both on my first tier.
All right, let's get Jahmyr Gibbs in that number 1 spot, and that means that Bijan Robinson, taking a good look at you there, Bijan, and you're going to go in that number 2 spot. So that leaves only really a few names, depending on who you talk to. But who do you got coming in after these guys?
I actually drop a tier. So I don't. I look at the next bunch of guys, and I'd say they're not, to me, as safe as those 2 guys. They're good.
Yeah.
But so this is a biased. I know a lot of people have Jonathan Taylor maybe as the 3rd back off the board.
Sure.
And I think that does make a lot of sense. I mean, they traded their best receiver away or left free agent, I forgot. But this is a weird one. I like Omario Hampton as my next tiered running back.
Whoa, let's get Omarion Hampton up on the screen.
And I'll tell you my rationale. So we have a new offensive coordinator in San Diego, which is former Dolphins coach. So Mike McDaniels.
Yeah, great things for that offense with Mike McDaniels. Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about him with some other players
creative.
also.
And I'll say this, Hampton, did you draft him last year?
I did. I had him last year.
Yeah. And although maybe expectations were higher.
They were high. And there were injury problems. He did well when he played.
And even when he was injured, though, he was still, serviceable and not a complete, bust for you at all.
Right,
so because of that, I do like him, especially with a new offense. So after that one, I like James Cook. I mean, he was the NFL leading rusher. I like him a lot. I think my only potential, worry with him is, the touchdowns, right? You got Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to get touchdowns rushing. And then DJ Moore's in the mix, Dalton Kincaid. So, I don't know. I think Hampton has more touchdowns. Cook may end up with more rushing yardage.
Yeah.
But that's how I broke it down between those.
Yeah, James Cook really primed for a season. There's 2 teams that I think the window is shutting. If it hasn't shut. Buffalo is one of them.
Yep.
And, we'll talk about the other one in a little bit. But Buffalo's got – I think the team that they had a couple years ago when they still had Stephon Diggs might have been the best Buffalo team. Sean McDermott led team at that time that had the best chance. Now, you see, especially in that wide receiver core, some issues, and you need someone like James Cook to step up, and they know it's win now for them.
Oh, definitely. I couldn't agree more. So, yeah, I think he's going to have definitely another, solid year. So now I come back to the guy that I do think, people have ranked 3rd running back, but I think for me, he's my 5th rated running back, was Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, JT.
Yep.
Playing for Indianapolis was a big part of their offense, pretty much what they had left after
pretty much
Daniel Jones went down last year. So.
Yeah, and that's the key. I think with Daniel Jones in the lineup, whoever would thought that someone would say, you need Daniel Jones in the lineup to make a better fantasy player out of someone else. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But he was. I mean, And to me, Daniel Jones is healthy. Jonathan Taylor, when Jones was there, he was amazing. He was very effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. Now, as we went down a tier, let's take a look. We got those tier 1 guys that are – what happened here? Oh, no, we're talking about running backs. I put the wrong screen up. So those first 2 guys are clearly – you're talking about the first 2 picks. Are these your tier 2 – these are high-ceiling guys. These are still first-round picks?
Yeah. Definitely. That's a great question. Yeah, in my mind, you still got first-round picks here.
Perfect.
The next 2, I kept them in this tier. Now you get into some debate of whether they're slide to potential second round.
Second round, right.
So what you're not going to hear from me is anything about Christian McCaffrey yet. So that might be surprising. But
I'm in agreement there, sir.
Yeah. So I would say, how could you pass up on Chase Brown?
Chase Brown.
I know the Sody Pantalones won't pass up on Chase Brown again after basically almost rode him to my championship, was Chase Brown. He was amazing with Joe Burrow in there.
He was. Chase Brown, amazingly talented player, is going to do it
Yeah.
all. And there's another team that they're not in coast mode. They're in let's win mode.
Same thing with Burrow, right? The window is closing. Now, the knock on Brown, I almost moved him down a tier. You know, he doesn't. I had him. He doesn't score a lot of touchdowns.
Right.
He receives, he catches and scores touchdowns.
Yep.
But rushing,
That's
So-
not how that offense is
that's
built.
right. Right. So, you know, I could see him, who knows, maybe late, like 10th pick or 11th, but he's gone, coming back around. There's no question about that
Perfect.
in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, you love to get him in the second round.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
Love it.
Right.
Yep.
So another former member of BTR, back-to-back, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
Now, this I find, and I'd be curious to see what you think. I think he's a very intriguing fantasy running back this year. And the reason I say that is you have Lane Johnson back, who pretty much was out for the whole season. 2 years ago, Lane Johnson was on the line. Barkley had his MVP season.
He sure did.
And I think even last year when I saw him, when he actually had space, he still has elite running back ability. The speed is there.
Absolutely.
Right. So I think, he really could end up being better than Taylor, Hampton, Cook, and, Chase Brown.
I think he's definitely has one really, really good year in him
Yep.
in the tank. And in addition to Lane Johnson being a plus, the subtraction in that equation, A.J. Brown.
Right.
That's got to benefit Barkley.
Yep.
There's no doubt.
So he's there. I think, someone again, he's probably going around, the comeback around 11th pick, 12, 13. I think if you're at the number one, there's no shot in hell you're going to see Barkley coming back to you all the way back.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's that number one pick. It's like people love it. Get the top pick. Everyone wants to be number one. But wow, that's a long time to wait.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Yeah. And we all know having a number one pick is no lock by any stretch
It
of
is
the
not.
imagination.
It is not.
So, then you're going, now you're getting the 20th player on the board versus.
Right.
So I agree with that. All right. So now I move down to another tier,
All
my
right.
third tier.
Tier 3.
Right. And I think these are good backs, but I think every single one of them from this point on, there's question marks.
Okay.
So I have the one I like probably most. I say you got to go with McCaffrey now. He's probably the first one of that third tier for me. I mean, he's in a contract year, so that bodes well.
Yeah, there's people that'll be screaming about this, but I can't agree more. Yeah.
And he had a lot of touches.
He had 417
Exactly.
touches. Yeah.
And you remember the beginning of the year, we are all worried about him. He had the tightness, and we thought,
Yep.
here we go. And
Yep.
he had 417 touches with that.
Yep.
So I'm probably, this one I'll say my analogy is the year when I poo-pooed on Sodi for drafting Steven Jackson. And he had that like MVP year. So you could see McCaffrey doing that again.
Yeah.
It's in the realm of possibility.
I agree.
I just don't like it. He's getting old. Isn't he 29?
No, I think he turned 30 already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's on that old age, for running backs.
And coming off a 417 touch season.
Yeah.
And he's not, he's an amazing athlete, but he's not a gigantic guy.
Right.
Like he absorbed a lot of punishment.
Exactly.
It scares me.
The Niners are really not going to be a good team, in my opinion.
All they need is Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. And they got to, right. But no receivers. So I don't know. I'm just not, overly in love, but it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
So if I move him any lower than that, I think I lose a lot of credibility.
There are so many people that have taken Christian McCaffrey top 5 and been burned because he's not available the whole season or huge parts of the season.
Yep.
You have to be a much stronger man than I to take a gamble on him anywhere before. Like, I know it sounds crazy. I don't know if I could take him before the 4th round. It's just too much risk. It's all risk.
It is. And again, could be high risk, high reward type of situation with him.
You got to be more of a gambler, I guess.
Yep. So I think, although the Raiders I don't think are going to be that good, Ashton Genty I have as my next guy off the board. Another BTR running back, serviceable. But, you know, he was a matchup guy last year.
Yeah.
In certain matchups, he was really good. But, you know, against good run defenses, he was fairly pedestrian for sure.
Yeah, and that's a tough team. I'm not sure. That's another team that I'm not sure the situation has really improved all that much.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see. We'll see. Really talented. Gave us an injury scare last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And right, he was almost out of this completely.
Right.
So yeah. So again, another team that I think is going to be really, really bad are the Dolphins, but you got to go with A-Chain there, in my opinion. I mean, he's a talented guy. He's proven it. But again, another guy that gets dinged up often. But he's fast as hell.
He is. He's going to score points. It's just how limited is he going to be in that offense without Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels was able to maybe hide some deficiencies where, you know, we'll see what the current coaching staff can do with him. But A-Chan's great talent. And, I don't know. He could be one of those that if you get him low in the second, you're getting a great value.
Exactly. So moving to my next tier, and again, now we're getting to where all these guys have question marks. Now, this guy I feel bad about. I am a big believer in Kenneth Walker. So, BTR is pro Kenneth Walker. Love him.
All right, gotcha.
But I think we've all seen in the past with the Kansas City Chiefs, they are not fantasy football friendly to running backs.
No.
And he's on so he could be a steal. But to me, the reason I got him there, it's kind of like almost a prove-it season. Like, how is he really going to be in the Kansas City offense? Are they going to really make him a number one? Or, you know, are they going to bring in – I haven't looked at their depth chart to see what Jamoke they might, you know, bring in to split time with him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult because that's another, you know, unless you're looking to go back to Jamal Charles days, it's really not an offense that has fed their running back.
Right.
Especially the one guy. Like, they'll spread it around a little bit. So, you know, another aging offense and their quarterback's coming off some injury time. Will they just lean on Kenneth Walker? That would be great if you end up drafting it, but not sure that's going to happen.
And then you can't rule out, you know, if they do lean on him, then Kenneth Walker's had a history of injuries as well. Yeah. So can he really take that kind of load?
Yeah.
That's why he's here. Talent-wise, I mean, he's right up there in my opinion. He could be on the second or easily the third tier for sure. But just those question marks.
Sure.
So staying with the question marks, this guy's a freak of nature. And, like, when you look at speed and performance, it really hasn't fallen off. I saw some stat. His average yards per attempt has barely gone down. Like,
that's unheard of for
so we know what we're talking about. Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Yeah, he is a freak of nature. He sure is.
So, you know, it's tough to ever rule Derrick Henry out.
Right.
So literally why I have him here is really age discriminating, even though I'm very old myself. But it's just he's old. He's an older running back, and it's just you just think that at some point Father Time's going to catch up with him, and he's going to have an injury or something like that.
Right. Yeah. I don't know where my Derrick Henry graphic is. Are we on top of it? No. Well, he's next to Kenneth
next,
Walker.
Yes.
Yeah. He's down there, tier 4.
And then this one is my own bias. I just know when you had him, while he was healthy, it was like one of the best pickups. I think you got him. I don't know if you drafted him or you got him on a waiver wire. It was your boy Cam Scadaboo.
Cam Scadaboo. Yeah, I don't think I drafted Cam Scadaboo. I think
thought you picked him up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was ridiculous in that amount of time where he was the starter. He was averaging like 2 touchdowns a week.
Ridiculous is not a bad word to use, Cam Scadaboo. We love New York here in the studio. Kamish does, but and I've got his jersey over my shoulder.
Oh yeah.
But boy, he scares the heck out of me in terms of injury. I just feel like he's gonna get hurt. It's just a matter of how much time is he gonna miss.
It's just the way he runs. You know what I mean? But the situation's really, I think, really good.
Yeah. They're gonna feed him the ball. There's no doubt.
I mean, Tyrone Tracy, I think, is
I think he's going to get traded.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
Or
they don't
or
want
downright cut.
They don't want thunder and lightning. They
Right.
want thunder and thunder, and
Exactly.
that's Scadaboo and Najee Harris.
Yeah, and that's how I view it as well.
Yeah.
And I think, Tyrone Tracy's not really great in pass blocking. I saw that last year. He gets blown up where Najee's
Oh, we saw it in preseason twice this year
right,
already.
yeah,
also,
right. He's the
including-
one responsible for that hit on Dart,
in front
right?
of your new coach,
Yep.
who's thinking about what he
Exactly.
wants to do.
So
Oy.
to me, that's telling when you see that.
Ugh.
So yeah, and so if you're saying it's Scadaboo or Najee ain't taking carries away from Scadaboo. Like
No, they'll use him to give him a rest
Pass
and fill
block.
in for
Yep,
injury time.
yeah,
But he's
exactly.
good. Najee Harris is great at pass
yeah,
blocking.
he
so-
is, and he's slow as molasses. So and he's coming off an Achilles.
That's
I'm
true.
like-
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so yeah. So again, I think obviously there's question marks, and it is, but I do like him. And the last tier, I mean, we always talk about these guys. You got Josh Jacobs. Definitely he's there.
Yep.
And he's solid, right?
He's a solid back. He's got some legal trouble, but
Yeah, and
see if he gets through that.
He always seems to survive his legal trouble somehow. I don't know how he
There's
does.
a lot of these guys that are good at that.
Yeah. So, but again, I think at the end of like that, you're kind of happy if you get him as your number 2
Yeah.
at something.
Yeah, down. I mean, that's a good spot. I mean, if we're at the bottom tier, that's
Yeah.
a good tier for him. He's certainly serviceable. You can plug him in. You just don't want to be counting on him for
Exactly.
18 points a week. Yeah.
And this guy fits perfectly when that is our good friend Kyron Williams.
Kyron, oh boy, Kyron.
And let's
Williams.
face it, last year, his draft capital was way too high.
Yeah.
He just, and I think he's a good guy. Every time you think, like Blake Corum's gonna, kind of
Yeah.
take it over or whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, he kind of holds on to the job, and that offense. I mean, that's a top 5 offense
Oh
all day
yeah,
long.
that's
so,
another win now.
Yeah,
Win now. Yep.
yeah, right.
Yep.
So right, I think they're really.
Oh,
because-
this is their
Yeah.
year or bust.
I mean,
for
right.
Sure.
The talent is all there for them.
Yep.
So yeah, I think he's super solid, and he rounds out my tier.
All right. There's your running back tiers. We got the big 2 at the top, and we make our way down. Hard to tell where some of these players will go, but let's. If you have any feedback, if you guys have drafted already and you took or you saw taken some of these players in higher spots or lower spots, let us know what you think. I got Derrick Henry in the tier 4 in the middle. I just don't have a graphic up for him. That should cause enough stress so that someone should weigh in. So if you have any opinions, let us know in the chat. Owners, the phone lines are open. And what position are we going to go to next?
Yeah. So where everybody, of course, is going to fill their first, say, 10 rounds, mostly predominantly running backs and wide receivers. So I think let's look
Wide
at wide
receivers.
receivers. Yeah.
Here's our wide receiver tiers.
All right. So, I mean, to me, it's hard to argue Jamar Chase is probably the number 1 wide receiver as pro JSN as I am. But when Burrow is healthy, it's really hard to deny.
I agree. You can't argue that Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver in football.
I mean, and he's got a great number 2. He's got a great quarterback.
Yep. T.
So-
Higgins takes some heat off of him just
Exactly,
enough.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yeah. So here's where I go back and forth, because to me, you're talking Puka and you're talking JSN.
That's a hard one. Yeah.
Now JSN, obviously we all know the Rams' offense is better than the Seahawks as far as throwing, but you got Stafford who's older. Puka, he puts himself in harm's way quite a bit as well.
He does.
He gets injured. JSN, I saw the stat. He had a 36% of targets on his team. That's the highest ever in the NFL. Now,
That's insane.
right. And everybody's saying that there's no way that could happen again. It's got to come back down to earth to more like 30,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But my analogy is, you ever go play roulette and you see the green 0-0 get hit and you say, I'm not betting on the green again or whatever, and it'll come back to the next roll, right?
Absolutely.
So you can't. I don't think you can say that.
Yeah.
So I hate to say it. For me, I'm picking JSN over Puka.
JSN gets the nod over
And
Puka.
that will cause a lot of controversy.
Absolutely.
And I get it.
Slot it in there.
And I might be biased because he was the best guy on my team last year. So I might be showing some loyalty.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can't go wrong with proven production, and he definitely has proven production.
And that 36% share of targets on his team.
Yep, 100%.
And nothing has changed for the Seahawks. There's no additions. No, they lost Walker, but there's really not that much of a difference on that team.
Yeah, let me catch us up on the chat. I've been checking the chat screen, and the chat's just not going over to it. So, Philly Mike OG, I don't know who he was talking about. He said torn ACL that he's reporting, and he's asking about Williamson since Amon-Ra. Oh, okay. So Philly Mike OG is saying that Amon-Ra tore his ACL and is out for the year. So before we move too far, Sody Pantloads weighed in with Have the Beans Stunk Yet for viewers of the show that understand some of our history. First, the answer is no.
No.
And second, I'm sure it's coming. Whopper Moppers weighed in with the BARFF podcast is back. But Philly Mike, we're gonna do a little bit of digging because we're coming pretty quickly to Amon-Ra situation.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
Yep, that would be pretty crazy.
And now, you got to think with Jahmyr Gibbs. Wow. I mean, that
would be rough.
That would be rough.
But we don't want to. If we got breaking news here, we want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm looking out there.
I don't know. I don't have anything on Google.
Huh. Yeah.
It could just not be up in what I'm looking at for sure. But
yeah.
Anyone else?
So we'll look. We'll keep looking.
Yeah, we'll keep looking.
So I'm going to play it as he
marching.
is not, even though we appreciate that heads up on the injury. But he is the first guy on my second tier of wide receivers, who's
right.
St. Brown.
All right. Amon-Ra is going to go, even though we have some breaking news that he may not be available. We're going to plug him in first man up in the second tier. And so is it that Detroit offense? Or is it just the talent?
It's both. Again, going back to the same rationale as Gibbs, Detroit's a top 5 offense all day long. St. Brown's a great talent. To me, he's safe pick.
Yeah. So Philly Mike was asking, let's say Amon-Ra was out. Does
Jameson Williamson?
Yeah.
That guy's not a number one. He's in my mind, he's a complimentary.
Yeah, he's a solid 2.
Correct.
But is he going to be a 1?
No way. He's not that type of receiver I think can be the number 1.
Yeah, Philly Mike OG, I would look elsewhere.
I would too.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, teams start rolling coverage to him and things like that. He needs, like I said, to me, he's a complimentary number 2 for sure.
Yeah, got that. All right,
Amon-Ra. So next guys, I think this is a pick 'em. It's my beloved Dallas Cowboys.
Tough.
You can make an argument Pickens was better than CeeDee Lamb in the red zone last year.
I agree.
And CeeDee, I don't know. I mean, I had him in some other leagues. The drops were very concerning. So this is a tough one.
It is hard. Yeah.
My gut says, how could you? Pickens is a head case. Can he really be trusted?
He showed that he's all of a sudden trying to become a team guy in the offseason, right?
Yeah, and he didn't hold out being tagged, which that shocked me.
I couldn't believe it.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, I still got to go with my heart and say CD is my next guy there.
CD is coming down to
But then Pickens is right behind him.
Got it. I wouldn't be surprised if some drafts go like that. It's so rare that you have 2 guys that could be drafted. I mean, they could both be drafted before the middle of round 2. And
right.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So we got
yeah, I mean, to me, Pickens is a much bigger red zone threat. Because Dak trusts him to throw the ball up to the end zone.
What a
which
year
he did many
had last
times.
year.
Yeah.
What a year.
He sure did.
I don't know what his contract is. I mean, he's franchise tag now, so he's basically auditioning.
Exactly.
So he's got all the incentive in the world to blow up. So we'll see. It's crazy in that tier. You've got the 2 Cowboys back to back. That's insane, but
it is
totally accurate.
But the next guy, and he's going to break some people's hearts because he has trouble staying on the field. But you can't ignore the talent of A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, 100%.
And then to have him with a much better passer with Drake May.
Mhm.
Love Jalen Hurts. Great leader, whatever. But, let's face it, he's not the most accurate thrower in the world.
Yep.
And, I think you team A.J. with Drake May if he stays healthy.
Mhm.
I mean, A.J. could go right to the front of the Tier 2 list.
He could. I don't want to jinx anything in New England land. I love New England as much as anyone around here, but I see like a Randy Moss situation where you had the receiver with the major talent on another team who started to fade a little bit and started to have some attitude problem. And what happened when he came to New England?
Yep.
He caught a gazillion touchdowns and was the best wide receiver in football.
Greatest years for a wide receiver.
Yep, absolutely. So A.J. Brown certainly seems to have that potential.
So here's where when I was starting looking at this, I'm like, so my next tier 3, but you know how running backs, I say, okay, I think it was tier 4. I'm saying, oh, there's quite, to me, tier 3, you start getting a lot of question marks for wide receivers. But you can't ignore a generational talent like Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, 100%.
And they say, oh, well, he's going to be better because he got, Kyler Murray throwing to him. Well, the guy has lost mobility.
Yeah.
He has trouble seeing over the, defensive lineman in the pocket.
He sure does.
I don't know how, obviously he's better than J.J. McCarthy.
He is, but
is it?
Is it that much?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it just breaks my heart because I love Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I do too. And Kyler Murray's in a good spot. He's in the best spot he's ever had.
Yeah, great coach.
He's got a great coach. He's got 2 solid wide receivers between J.J. and Jordan Addison. But, I'm not so sure. I mean, he's got to show me. That's all.
I don't disagree. Now, the thing he's got going for him, he's one of those guys you might say roll the dice. The upside is unbelievable if you hit on it. I mean, he was the number 1 fantasy receiver a mere
right. And then if you get him top a third,
exactly,
you could hit that.
Yep.
That could.
I mean, that could be a league winner right
Absolutely.
there on
Absolutely.
him.
Yeah.
So then I don't know. Everybody loves him. I don't know why. He's not the fastest guy in the world at all, Rashid Rice. But I understand, when he played, I mean, I'm pretty sure who had him.
I can't remember who had him.
It was Christian, I think, right?
Yeah, I think he picked him up early. And,
right. He was great.
He got production out of him for sure.
So I think you have to have him there. I mean, he's definitely the number 1 receiver for the Chiefs. Walker complements him nicely. So I again though, I think he's a question mark. Who knows what that offense is going to look like? Yeah,
and I'm not a big fan of some. Mahomes makes things happen for those receivers by buying a little time.
Right.
And, he's
another guy
coming off an injury. So
pretty
many guys.
Significant injury.
Yep.
And then I love this guy, but C.J. Stroud, man, what happened? He was so good as a rookie. I thought he was going to be all world, but
Nico.
Yeah, but you got to put Nico there. I mean, he's a really good receiver,
super talented.
Yep, good route runner.
Yeah, and he's gonna get more attention now because I haven't heard anything like Tank Dell's back, but is he back?
Right.
And now Jaden Higgins is gone for the year.
That was
wide receiver core runs right through Nico.
So, and that's what made him tough. I was debating just for those reasons to make him, move him down. But then when I look at the ones I have at the 4th tier, I'm like, well, there's a lot of just as many question marks.
Right.
And Nico's got a track record.
He does.
Right.
Yep.
So this tier, I mean, I've drafted him before. When he's healthy, Malik Neighbors is unbelievable. He's a phenomenal athlete.
He sure is.
He can catch the deep ball. He can, kind of elevate and go over guys to catch, contested balls.
Oh, yeah.
I love him. But again, now, reports look great. They say...
They do.
And they predict he'll be ready week 1.
Yep, he's practicing. He's still wearing the red jersey, I believe.
Right.
But he is practicing, and they've held it. They were holding him out of 11-on-11s. I believe that he's
I'd like to
getting
see
into that mix. So yeah.
And I'd be worried if before the end of preseason, which is coming quickly, and practices, and you don't see him on 11-11 drills,
Yeah.
I'd be a little nervous.
Yeah, I don't know that they would play him week 1 if he wasn't able to do 11 on 11.
I agree. I don't.
He certainly won't see a preseason.
Yeah, you
game,
don't have red jersey 7-on-7
Right.
drills and you put him into full contact after that.
Right.
So take that one with a grain of salt. But if he doesn't get hurt again and they don't rush him back, by midseason you might be really happy that you took Malik Neighbors there.
Sure.
But I wouldn't pick him if that was your number one or you needed that was one of your top guys. You got to have some depth, I think, if you're taking Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, you gotta have courage.
Now, I would move this guy up way higher, Drake London. But again, Tua sucks. and then you got Michael, Penix Jr.
You gotta trust Tua if you're gonna take Drake London. High,
exactly.
right?
And Michael Penix Jr. is coming off a really, his was Achilles too, wasn't it? No, what was his?
No, I can't remember what Michael.
Something
Penix
significant
injury was.
though.
Yeah, he's back. I think he's practicing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tua again. If he can be a game manager, they've got so many great weapons in Atlanta. Drake London is one of them.
Yep.
It's just a matter of does the team drag the player down, and in this case, it's possible.
Yeah. So next tier is where now I start building my next tier. And London was really drafted really high last year in a lot of leagues.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
So now I got him down. But next tier, this is really tough because I feel there's some potential steals here.
Okay.
Sleeper type guys that I think.
There's a lot of big names left.
Yeah. So I like McMillan from Carolina. Last year, now again, Bryce Young. Oof.
He started to come on.
He did, and every time I see Bryce Young, I think he's coming on. He regresses like it seems like. So the chemistry's there between those two guys. He trusts them. So I do think he's a guy that he could be a sleeper kind of guy, and I do like him there. Now my boy Ibuka is the next guy I got.
Yep.
Sodi tried to get him at least 10 times from me, and then when he did, he gets hurt. So, but I think what I read, I think he's still struggling with that toe injury he had.
He's a little dinged,
Yeah.
but I don't know that he's dinged enough that I'm worried about him.
Right.
What I like most about Buka, I mean, outside of his talent, is that Baker Mayfield is
Correct.
he's pissed at the team. He wants to go somewhere, I believe, and he's going to try to show the league what he's worth. And so that could come into play for Emeka Buka for sure.
And then this is where I think it gets tough rounding out my top 15, because I look at the cast of characters left are Devontae Smith, Mike Evans, Chris Olave, and DJ Moore. To me, those are the next guys, and you can make an argument. You could pick any of them ahead of Ibuka or McMillan or even London. But the guy I just feel I'm putting ahead of Devontae and Evans and Olave is DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
So he's my 15th. In preseason, again, one of the few games I did watch were the Bills. It seemed like him and Allen had an instant rapport. Like any questions you thought, will he be Josh Allen's trusted? They were gone on the first drive I watched.
Yeah, he's gonna be that number one guy in a great offense.
And DJ Moore's proven with a good quarterback.
Yep.
He can have some gaudy fantasy numbers. So.
Yeah, he's one of those value picks. Don't wait too long, but he could put up second round ATP numbers for you this year, I think.
See, this is my concern. I'm doing these tiers for BARFF. I might be showing my hand a little on my draft strategy.
I'm good with showing hands. That's fine.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe
pressure of draft day comes on, and good Lord.
Yeah, or maybe I'm playing this and playing other owners and then thinking I like DJ Moore. But yeah, so there's my wide receiver tiers. Any thoughts on? Additions?
No, I can't argue with too much of this. I think you mentioned Devonta Smith. I think Terry McLaurin is going to work his way in somewhere 2 or 3. I think that you can make a case that Ladd McConkey with Mike McDaniels at the helm might light some things up, and you may be able to get him at somewhat of a bargain.
And he was like the guy ... after the Olave and them. I agree, but he was another guy. He got drafted higher last year, and then it wasn't there. But if Herbert, as I said, ends up being a lot better, and he could be a steal too.
Yeah.
So I think with wide receivers, I think there's potential sleepers for sure.
Yeah. There's
that.
value down low. There's definitely value.
Yeah.
So when I checked the chat, I had missed the very first one because of the community guidelines was blocking it out. But I want to give credit to SoxFan7687 for our first chat of the year.
Nice.
Just in case there's a cow out on that also. So are you getting the number one pick? It's the biggest problem for the league since putting on the foil. Nice. For those of you that are missing some of these references, we got a whole catalog of past episodes. You just sit down one night and crank them up. All right, so that was running backs and wide receivers. A lot of stress for owners. Where do you want to go next?
Let's do QBs, and we'll do QBs in time, but let's do QBs. And these, I think a lot of people in our league know of my strategy on QBs. I feel, let me see, count 1, 2, 3, 4. If I don't get one of these 4, maybe 5, I'm probably picking someone late in the draft.
Yeah.
It's just the way I feel. But to me, there's one guy that's head and shoulders above all the QBs in fantasy, and it's Josh Allen.
No doubt. Josh Allen is in a tier of himself. He scores so many points. Also, I don't know why I just said a tier of himself. That's pretty good. I'll see how the transcript does when Josh Allen is right up there at the elite. He's going to score with his legs. He throws a great ball. The competitor doesn't miss time.
No. And that's the thing, I think, when you look at all these other QBs, each one of them has missed, some of them significant amount of time. Josh Allen doesn't miss time.
No.
And that's the difference.
No, 100%. He's
and
reliable.
That's what makes him elite, in my opinion, and his rushing ability, his toughness. It's just, so yeah, Josh Allen's definitely he's the only guy in that tier. Yep. Now, that might be unpopular. There might be some other, because I'm really mixing it up with quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, well, weigh in, people. If you got anything, go ahead and weigh in.
Because I'm going to tell people right now, if anyone thinks I'm counting Lamar Jackson in the elite quarterback, they would be mistaken.
We have agreement there. But keep going. Who's up
next?
In
so
tier 2?
Again, when he's healthy, I love Joe Burrow. I'm picking Joe Burrow next. The weapons are all there. He's just, again, consistently good when healthy.
Yeah.
But it's a risk. I mean, it's a huge risk. He does. He stays in the pocket too long sometimes. He takes too many hits at times.
He does. The line, I think, is still
a little questionable.
A problem in Cincinnati, but he said himself, we're talking about teams that we think are win now. He said himself that team is win now. That's his mentality. So hopefully he won't put himself in harm's way because of that.
Because of that urgency to win now, right?
Could result in a good year, though.
Yep, I agree. But it's funny. I get by Josh Allen, and I have question marks on all these guys I'm going with. So staying in the second tier, you got to put Drake May in there.
Drake May, yep.
Addition of A.J. Brown.
What a great situation.
Great situation. Now, if you ask me the one element that might bring them a little back to earth, I mean, look at the schedule the Pats had last year. It was pretty easy.
It was pretty easy, yeah.
It was.
That was unpopular to say, but boy, it was true.
I mean, come on, let's face it. And when you have the record of them, you get to straight to schedule is going to be exponentially more difficult.
Yep.
So, is that going to bring him back down to earth?
It could, but I can't look past the AJ Brown factor.
Exactly.
That's gotta be making up for a tougher schedule, etc.
And the Pats feel good about it. They just traded Booty from right. So
Yep.
So you see signs sometimes of like that a team feels really good about where they're at. So
AJ's healthy and they're ready to feed him.
Exactly. So that's why I got Drake. Oh, this one's a killer. I love him and I hate him, and I would say the Beans would say the same thing. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he can be a little bit of a roller coaster sometimes, but there's no questioning the talent that's there.
You see a couple games where he's got 30 points, you think, oh, he's got to figure it out, and then he'll throw a clunker of 9 points in there. Now it'll be interesting too because no AJ Brown. I think the line will be better, so that's definitely going to help.
Right.
I think he might end up using his feet more this year.
Sure.
So I think he's going to be solid.
Yeah. I don't know, like A.J. Brown, we're talking about him elevating Drake May, but was he addition by subtraction when they got him out of Philadelphia? Sometimes it just isn't working. We brought it up before. We saw it with Randy Moss. It wasn't working in Minnesota anymore. New situation, things change. For Jalen Hurts, removing that voice from the locker room, it may put him a little more at ease.
It was like Stephon Diggs in Minnesota, right? Sometimes it's just time. So he might be better.
Right.
And I think when we talk about tight ends, I think, because of that, like, you start seeing more emergence of Dallas Goedert and those guys. Yeah. So that might make him better because he's not saying, "Oh, I gotta, feed the ball to Brown to make him happy."
I don't want anyone pouting in the huddle. So
exactly. All right, and then this one, I don't know. I just gut feeling. I like Herbert.
Yeah.
Here.
Another great situation.
Yep. It's just new. The line's better. New offensive coordinator. The guy throws a beautiful ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, I don't know. I just think he's gonna have a good year, and every time I think he's gonna have a good year, I think I've been wrong. So I do like him. I'm gonna stick with it. We'll see how it all pans out.
Yeah, I think again, switching to a Mike McDaniel's offense. From I believe Greg Roman was over there, who's just going to run the ball at you, and Justin Herbert's got an elite arm. He's got weapons around him. Now it was curious to me that they didn't re-sign Keenan Allen, but at the end of the day, I think
that speaks volumes as well.
He's got talent that they're not looking for him to need that security blanket anymore. So this could be a great year for Justin Herbert.
So that's where I got him. Now we're down a tier, and this is probably the most shocking, but I can't move him any further than this. Lamar Jackson is where I'm going with this. Yeah. Now, you told me some interesting stat. He was what quarterback ranked last year?
I believe at the end of the year he was QB 20, and I'll take a little bit more of a dive right now. But QB 20, he was frustrating as hell. Clearly, I had him on a team last year, and you're expecting that that elite production every week. That's why you take him so high.
Yep.
And it just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening for that offense as a whole. And so, I don't see where you can draft him as a top 5 quarterback, or a top 2, top 3 quarterback. That window in Baltimore may have closed. There's discussions about, was he having disagreements with the coaching staff? Now Harbaugh's gone, etc. So I just don't see, like, reputation. Yeah, he has a great reputation, but I have it up right now. The QB 20 in total fantasy scoring, QB 16 in points per game, and you're gonna take him top 3? No, thank you.
You gotta have a prove it year. I love the guy too. He's a great leader, and I as a real NFL player, he's unbelievable talent. But we're talking fantasy here, people. Mm-hmm. And that's what we got to think about.
Yeah, you can't be emotional. You can't say, every year Lamar Jackson is the guy that we want. No, at this point, I think after last year, he's got to show you. I don't know that you can invest that capital in him so high.
Yeah, and like how many when Brady went to Tampa, I think that was the year he helped people win the fantasy leagues.
Right.
How many all those years with the Pats where he,
I know. And tell me what has changed on that team outside of losing Isaiah Likely, so that an aging Mark Andrews is your best outlet option. And I love Zay Flowers. We didn't even get to him in the wide receiver tiers. Love Zay Flowers.
I like him a lot too.
Yeah, that can't be your one. Rashad
Bateman might be in jail for his time.
Yeah, what is he showing?
That's right.
I agree.
So then I must say, I thought he came a long way. A lot of people like Jane Daniels, but I think Caleb Williams has surpassed him. That's my next guy that I like a lot.
Yep. Hold on, it's going to take me a second to get this one. Yeah, the
weapons are questionable for sure.
Right.
But I don't know. He throws a nice ball. I just like his command of the huddle. Like, I just like him a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's a team on the rise.
Yeah, right.
The coaching staff there really has them playing at a high level.
That's what I mean.
Still getting
Ben
some kind
Johnson's
of mileage
great.
out
Yep.
of DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
They're
Yeah, DeAndre Swift could be another sleeper, right?
Yep.
Because what's his name? Kyle Mane or whatever.
a Meninga. Yeah.
Yeah, Mane. He I think he's dinged up and might
Yeah.
not. Yep. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a good team.
Yeah. He's cleaned up his throwing. I
Yep.
see a good year ahead.
So now I quickly moved to the last tier, and that's where I got Jane Daniels there. It's really hard to say after 2 seasons you don't, especially after the rookie year where you're like he was incredible, and of course poor Sodi was hoping that would be replicated, and that was
that didn't
unfortunately a pick that they missed on
happen. Yeah.
because he was just not that guy.
Yeah, that's another, you can't draft on reputation, especially when that reputation is born of 1 year.
Right.
Show me how what's different in Washington right now from his situation last year. He's got a different tight end, but does Chig Okonkwo give you anything more than what Zach Ertz would have given you?
Right.
It's the same.
Right.
I think they lost their best running back in Chris Rodriguez. He went south. I thought he played the best of all three of them last year.
Yeah.
So, yes, a healthy Terry McLaurin and that motivated Stephon Diggs counts for something, but am I going to draft this guy in the top 3 rounds because of that? Absolutely not. Am I doing that?
Yeah. And because of the addition of Diggs, right, could be completely wrong about this.
Right.
I mean, on paper, that's a very nice wide receiver 1 and 2 combination right there. But McLaurin has a problem staying healthy as well.
It's so crazy. Let me come off of this for 1 second. I might have misspoke about the order of the chats. Now I believe that Whopper Moppers probably had the first one.
Wow.
With the Barf podcast is back, and so don't cash those chits in at Cowshy yet, Sox fan. We just had one from Juicy Almond. What do you think about a trade? So let's pause. Actually, you know what? Let's finish out quarterbacks. We're going to come back to you, Juicy Almond. Stay with us.
We only got 2 more.
Yeah.
We don't really need to talk much because, my next guy is Dak Prescott. I mean, come on. You got Pickens. You got Lamb. You got Williams back as you run it. I mean, the offense is there. The Cowboys have a really good offense. They got a good line. But, I traded them, and at first I thought I made the worst mistake of my life. And then again, it was typical Cowboys. Late of the season, Prescott,
Right.
It was matchup dependent.
Yeah, he started out hot, and he put up good numbers. He finished well.
Oh, he
in
always
terms of
does.
overall.
Exactly.
But he's a roller coaster.
Yeah, and I think if you draft him, you got to have someone else decent because I think he's a matchup dependent guy. I think, and I think that goes for pretty much after the second tier. You got any of those guys, even including Lamar, you better have somebody. If the matchup's really tough, you got to have somebody to put in there with them.
Yep.
And then you got to put him on. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's
got to be on the list.
He's got to be on the list. You can't count him out.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes coming off of that injury, which scares people. It scares me. But there he is.
But he's Patrick Mahomes.
Get on there, Patrick Mahomes. Let's fly around. Super Bowl winning quarterback. One thing that strikes me about quarterbacks, and I don't want to take away from Patrick Mahomes, but he's in this. If you look at teams that have these, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, they're in a weird situation where the teams don't really seem too concerned with surrounding these guys with weapons. Like you've got these amazing quarterbacks. Maybe it's financial. Maybe they're paying the quarterbacks all the money, but it kills me that Josh Allen, they're still waiting for Khalil Shakir to turn into something, and then Patrick Mahomes, he's got an aging Travis Kelce, and then he's got Rashee Rice if he can get on the field.
Yeah, and a lot of these teams can barely pay their line to protect these guys. It is a salary cap. It's the salary cap does it.
So crazy.
Yep, it's top heavy. You pay certain guys all the money, and then you're cobbling the rest of the team together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, quarterbacks, you can find some value down deep. Just be careful what you're paying for, because once you get past Josh Allen's and the Drake Mays and the Jalen Hurts, like the differential in points per game gets kind of small as you get towards those mid-tier guys. That's why one thing I'm looking forward to Soren's stats and his analysis on those mid-tier guys, because you can certainly make the case that you're throwing a dart at some cases.
Yeah, and I definitely believe what I said. I don't have one of those top fives. I'm not picking. I'm not wasting a guy, a 7th, 8th, 9th round pick on a quarterback.
No. All right, Juicy Allman threw a trade towards us. Let's see. They would receive Drake London, Cortland Sutton, and Justin Herbert in exchange for David Montgomery, Zay Flowers, and Mike Evans, 12-man PPR.
Oh, wow.
Boy.
I got to tell you. Give me the first couple again. From
Drake London, Cortland Sutton, and Justin Herbert packaged for Monty, Zay Flowers, and Mike Evans.
See, the Drake London scares me, obviously, with Tua. Cortland Sutton, to me, is a throw-in. I think that person's not highly valuing Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. I would kind of like to know what Juicy Allman's running back situation was before. And his quarterback situation before.
I think that's the key. I would like him to weigh in and say, what's his existing quarterback? Because I'm guessing he's in a need for a quarterback with the way that trade is.
Yeah, I mean, off the jump, you're getting a wide receiver 1, and a quarterback that could finish top 5 for Monty, who's in a tough situation on a team that may not be great. Zay Flowers is going to be he could be a top 10 wide receiver.
Definitely.
Mike Evans, I think
Mike Evans, right?
He is Mike Evans, but he is also in his 30s.
Yeah, but again, red zone, Mayfield's going to throw to him. Mayfield trusts him, and he's the only truly healthy guy right now. Well, Godwin, I heard, was looking good.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think you did okay there, Juicy Allman. I think if you got Drake London, Cortland Sutton, and Justin Herbert for what you gave away, Kamish thinks that you did well in that trade.
I already said how much I love Herbert.
Yeah.
So I think you made a good trade. Especially, I'm guessing your quarterback situation wasn't great.
Right. Yeah. Now you got Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Doing okay.
Yeah.
All right. That leaves us with tight ends.
Yeah, this one's a quick one. We're only doing 10, and I mean, these are so easy in my mind. I mean, so I'm completely biased because when he was a rookie, I drafted him, and I drafted him, I think, last year again. He won me a league in one other league. When he played hurt the whole season. To me, Brock Bowers is the best tight end in the NFL right now. He is. Fantasy tight end.
There's not much argument for fantasy what he brings in fantasy value as long as he's staying healthy.
Correct.
This is the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
One tight end. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I heard they've been keeping him out, but that there's no concerns about his health at all.
Good.
Now, how can you not love Trey McBride? He's not Brock Bowers, but the amount of targets that guy gets is like insane. Unbelievable.
It's so insane.
So you got to put him right there in that first tier with Bowers. I
also don't understand how in that offense he's in that offense.
Yeah, I know.
And he's constantly putting up elite production like that. All the arguments about, well, if this guy goes and doesn't get good quarterback play, he's not going to be as valuable. Trey McBride doesn't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's there.
Kyler Murray, Jacoby Brissett, I catch balls.
Yeah, and Brissett loves them. Yeah, and Brissett's the starter, I think, still, right?
He's a little grumpy, but he'll start.
Okay, so we're already moving down to the second tier.
Two.
But there's really 2 good guys, I think, at this tier. I love Colston Loveland, and I think with what I was saying about Caleb Williams, he could be a stud.
Yep.
And at the end of last year, like, he is fast, he is big.
Yeah.
He could be a big difference maker.
In the last 6 weeks of the season, I think he rated out maybe he might have rated out as tight end 1 over the last part of the season.
I believe that.
Yep.
And then other guy that's great, especially if Danny Dimes is playing Tyler Warren. You got to love him too.
Yep.
And you got to love him even more because Pierce is dinged up and he's supposed to be the number 1. like their receiving core is.
Yeah, you're asking a lot of Keenan Allen right now if Alec Pierce isn't back.
That's why they set right. So that's again, you want to talk about a flag or a sign.
Yep.
That's concerning, and I think that's why Tyler Warren will be.
Yeah.
He's gonna. So, I think you can't go wrong. To me, you get these. Actually, tight ends I don't think are really that bad overall. Although I say McBride and Bowers give you such a differential. But if looking, so I'm going to next tier. You could make an argument Laporta should be on the tier with Warren and that, but I moved him down one. Again, because if St. Brown's or this changes that, but I put him down one level.
Yeah,
Laporta.
He's also got a back injury,
right?
So that's tough for tight ends.
And then there's a lot of options, and that's really what ultimately made me do it.
Okay.
So I got Laporta, and everyone loves Kraft from Green Bay.
Love him.
He was having an amazing season.
He looked so good.
And then he got hurt. So yeah, I mean, but again, a guy got hurt. I need a little more body of work if I was going to have him up a tier up from that, a second tier guy. So
yeah, I agree.
And then Harold Fanning, of all people, that guy. You know, a lot of people maybe thought of him as a sleeper last year, but he really had a really good year with some really lousy quarterback play.
What? Wait a minute. His quarterback was a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Oh, am I missing? What's his name?
Shador he made the Pro Bowl. He was like third alternate.
Yeah,
he made it.
Shador. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but he's good. He's big. He's fast. He's They get him downfield, so he's really good. And then this one breaks my heart. So I'm on the next tier, the last tier already.
All right.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
I mean, when Kirk Cousins was playing, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
He was, but his overall body of work for the season was not terrific.
Right.
Everyone needs to remember, he had one game where I think he went over 40.
Yeah, and I'm familiar with that because whoever owned them, I played them, and they beat me. I think it was the Moppers, maybe. I don't know, maybe they'll weigh in. I was so mad. He was out of control.
I don't blame you for being mad about that when you're getting crushed by a blown-up tight end.
Yeah. So, I mean, Kyle Pitts, everybody's been expecting him to break out, and he's just, like you said, it's sporadic. But again, he's just an amazing athlete. But you could make an argument that there's a couple of guys I'm going to mention that you might put in ahead of him even. But anyway, let's go. You got George Kittle's my next guy.
Kittle.
Not like he's a legit great NFL tight end.
Of course. Yeah.
And he's a pretty good fantasy one too.
Yeah. He's, as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
We're not going to get him on the screen, but Kittle, he's down next to Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
If you can get more than 7 games in the season out of him, that's someone that can really, really carry you from the tight end position.
Yeah. So a lot of people are still putting Kelsey in as the last guy to round out the top 10. I am not one of them. I have a couple of reasons.
All right.
One, I think when someone's in love, they don't play well at all anymore. I think he is hungrier when he was dating and he had to prove. Well, now he's married. I think he's settled in. I can't do it. So there's my main reason for it.
Okay. All right.
And his age.
Yeah, okay.
And,
Yeah.
And Mahomes, who knows?
Right.
So I like Isaiah Likely.
So do I. Isaiah Likely, brand new situation. Not living behind Mark Andrews
His
anymore.
Former head coach goes and gets him.
Yep.
What does that tell you?
He knows he
Exactly.
needed some reliable production.
Yep.
And with Neighbors being pretty
Yep.
shaky to start the season,
Yep.
I think you're going to see Isaiah Likely get a lot of targets
Yep.
early.
And the guy that I really struggle, and I give him honorable mention, is Dallas Goedert.
Yep. Goddard
I
still
just think
has,
without no AJ, like when AJ Brown wasn't in lineup, Goddard was really effective last year.
Yeah.
So I think you got to give him a look if you're down and you need a tight end. I think he's a good value pick later in the draft.
Yeah. I don't disagree. It's really going to remain to be seen what the A.J. Brown-less Eagles offense looks like. So it could definitely benefit Goddard, and you already brought up Barkley. I think it only means more work
like
for them.
Said, it's by subtraction, they're all going to be better because of that
Right.
they don't have. Yeah. So that's it.
Nice. That is the BARFF Draft Lab tiers for 2026. Well done, sir. Well done. I love it.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's this is a great time of year. There's a lot to be excited about. What I wanted to do before we sign off, I want to just bring up that this is draft week for a lot of teams, and it's a draft week for our league, BARFF, as well. We're going to draft this weekend. It's going to be a good time. For a reminder, this is the BARFF draft order. If for those of you that are new to the show, we talk about our games, we talk about the players and their performances through the lens of these games, and these are the cast of characters that you'll see this season. Sody Pantloads has the top pick, and worst team ever at number 10 getting the turn. To be honest, I like the turn better.
Oh, I like the turn
I
better
love the
too.
turn.
I mean, I was already doing my analysis. So just for funsies, I say Pantloads takes Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
Whoppers takes Bijan.
Okay.
The rifle is always a wild card.
Okay.
So
That's true.
I'm struggling a little, but I gotta think the rifle though, when the chips are down, says I know Chase is the best wide receiver, best player on the board. I think he takes Chase.
I think he takes Chase
You
too.
do?
I think his heart would want him to go Neighbors, but his brain will put the brakes on that immediately.
I thought that
Yeah.
same exact thing.
Yeah.
Now, no lineup. Now, that's where I think it gets a little interesting because I think no lineup. They struggled all last year with receivers. He's going Puka.
Yeah, smart.
Okay?
Yep.
Beans. Boy, talk about another wild card. Is Beans a Jonathan Taylor guy?
Beans could be. I could see Beans go A-Chan too.
Or JSN?
JSN's. I mean, if you're strictly doing business, JSN is a good pick for right there.
Right.
But again, does the heart say, "Hey, I think A-Chan's going to be top 2, top 3 running backs this year, and I'm going to grab him"?
Right.
Maybe.
So here's my prediction. I say the Beans goes James Cook. How about that?
Oh, all right.
So
All
I should
right.
actually write these down.
Oh,
so you know
don't.
I'm
That's
right.
okay. I'll record
Okay.
it off the replay. Yeah.
And then who's after Beans?
After the Beans, we got Knuckleheads.
Well, you don't have to tell me, but I'll predict. I think because he didn't take JSN, I predict you'll take JSN.
All right.
And then we got Eagles. Oh,
Someone
boy.
Eagles.
Another wild card. Oh, man. He loves St. Brown. If St. Brown's healthy, Soaring
Yeah.
Eagles once again reunites with St. Brown.
If Philly Mike's not right, then he could very well take Amon-Ra at 7. That's a good pick.
And then if that's the case, Jonathan Taylor falls into the laps.
Yep.
of
Which I think
Rodney
is 2.
Hampton.
I think that's 2 years.
Yeah.
Didn't he get him late last? Yeah.
Yep. So he falls right into his lap, which makes him very happy. And then my pick, I'm going to be like scratching my head because I'm going to be really nervous, son. Because I'm not sure what my the nice part is, Lamb and Pickens, right? No one's taking both of them.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, I can get that one of those coming back.
Coming back. Yeah.
So I'm probably going to go, my thought will be, it's going to be Barkley, Brown, or Hampton. That it's going to be one of those guys.
Yep.
It's not going to be McCaffrey.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking on the way back, I'm taking whoever
Who's
worst
left
team
of those two.
Right.
Yeah.
And worst team to me is taking Lamb or Pickens. I don't think they're taking A.J. Brown. And I think he might say, you know what, I'm going to roll the dice. No, I think he'll take Chase Brown along with one of the other Cowboy receivers.
Yeah, you
So
can't
there
go
you
wrong at the turn. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would make a good looking team.
Yep.
That's that'll
So
be a
there
lot
you
of fun. All right, we'll see what goes down. I'll have that written down and posted for when
Yep.
we're drafting.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see if anyone wants to do something
And I'll
different just
probably
out
be
of
completely
spite.
wrong on the only one I know. The first 2 picks, I'm very. I would say that's going to happen. I think every league's going to be Gibbs
Yeah,
and
Gibson
Bijan.
and Bijan. Yeah, someone might
Take
grab Chase. Yep.
Maybe.
Yep. Yeah, but
Well, right. Scoring rules could be different on
That's true,
certain
too.
leagues.
That's
Right.
true,
So
too.
that's a good point.
that reminds us also for our owners, the only rule change that I believe we've agreed on so far is the immediate enacting of trades.
Yep.
So we had some ideas shot down, but we've got 5 days left for any proposals to be brought up. So think about that. Everyone else, think about whether your draft already took place. What do you think about this situation? And if you haven't drafted, which I hope most of you haven't, maybe you got some insight tonight. Appreciate you putting all that together.
That was a blast.
That was fun. It's so great to be talking fantasy football again.
Nothing better.
Philly Mike OG, thanks for weighing in. I hope that you were wrong and Amon-Ra is healthy and that Schefter is throwing garbage around the internet again. But we'll see. Shefty usually is pretty spot on. Thanks to SoxFan7687 for weighing in. Juicy Almond, I hope that your trade works out for you. Whopper Moppers weighed in, as did Sodi, about some praise for the show. We appreciate you. We will be back for the post-draft show next week, and then keep looking for us on the live stream. We're going to be talking about all things fantasy football. And
I'd be remiss, though, if we didn't say rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Tragic news.
What's that?
Dolly Parton passed.
Oh, no. sad face.
It is.
Sad face. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton.
Yep.
That's not great. Maybe we'll do a tribute next week.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. I do not.
Good luck.
I do not have an outro loaded yet because we're a little early in the season. So thanks to everyone and good luck to all.
Good luck, everyone. See you at the draft.
Yeah, see you at the draft.